people I wanted to be involved. So it's all part of me and my wife too, who's a speech therapist. We went out with like a brainstorm with activities that we could do in the VR, and I thought about like a social skills learning platform, which we are still building right now, but the solution have changed along the way, because I had a lot of great idea. I wanted to build a solution for everybody, like you know when you have a vision. So I had the vision, but I had no vision how to make money out of it. So I learned through the process that you have to make money out of stuff if you want those stuff to keep going. You have to build it. Still, you cannot stop building it. And oh, this is the solution. Not getting money out of it. Oh, you will run your server anyway. So I've learned it. So now we came up with a solution that will fill some problem, that will fix some problems that are in the education sector right now, most in the remote education right now. And we started build this solution at the end of 2019 with Pramod. Pramod and I met, and we start build a relationship, an amazing relationship right now. We are both passionate about technology and education. Pramod already worked on a lot of projects in education, and I was stunned by his professionalism. He's so professional, basically. I always tell him, like, every day, this is really important for us. Have professional relationships. It's really important. And Pramod and I have a really nice relationship now that it become a friendship through time. Right now, we are head on in the development. We are at the door of getting the product out. We are happy to present where we at the conference here. We, as I said, we are keeping some secrets. So the solution will be clear when we demo it. There's a lot in the pipeline still that we are building, that we want to polish before we show it to anybody. So how are we, Pramod?
Yes, in terms of the loading the things, it might take another minute. Let me take.
Do you want to talk a bit of about like security, how we manage security, the way we built the application to ensure fluidity and maybe the low weight of our application, basically, that we try to keep low as possible, so it's fluid in every device in the crossplay situation.
Yes, of course. It will be a pleasure to share the experience over here. And yes, when we started this project, everything was just kind of an idea, which we were chopping the ideas into the bits, and we started developing these things. Yes, when Jean came to me and discussed about the project, I was very much curious, and I loved the idea, because previously I worked with a couple of educational projects, like with the people with the disabilities, like the physical challenges, the students with the physical challenges, and one of the and how we can make the how we can scale the projects, how we can scale the VR things to the very remote locations of the world. Like as we all know that the VR is kind of pretty. Yes, this is our website. Yes, when we were discussing about these things.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, and we were discussing about these things, and the main concern with the gym was we want to keep our platform very secure in a way that none of the can go in the application, and they can do some do some things for our application. So our application is encrypted end to end, and we have built a platform in a such a way that in a strong encrypted way, and we have a strong authentications that is pretty much integrated with the web platforms, and we can log in, and we can come in and we can explore the things. All the data will be secure in a with that company, and all the things are in a secure place. And yes, and regarding we have uh, some things different than the regular education system, like uh, regular educational VR applications are coming out. Like they are coming up with certain features of the education. They wanted to show some 3D words, and they wanted to teach their children. But here the case is different. Yeah, in few minutes you are going to see the things what keeps us different. And the other thing related to the project is we have a huge library of the assets which you can utilize in whatever way you want for uh, educating your students. And as well as this, we are not I can say it is not we are not only stuck in terms of education. It can be for the corporate trainings, it can be for many other uses. The use case is something like you can go in and you can utilize it however you want. uh,
Exactly. That's where we go. And because basically we want to provide a solution that is flexible. And flexibility, it's the key of the future, actually, because all people don't want to be stuck in a box anymore. They want to be to have a box with an open top that where they can put something out of it or remove something out of it as they want. And we can see that more and more, even with the engine that we're using to build it. If anybody like used the Unity engine, I've taken courses to use the Unity engine, the Unity Associate course, and a different course to understand how it works to be able to manage my company. And because I'm in the education system at first, so I had to educate myself to understand where I was going. So I have taken courses on Microsoft Azure, on Amazon AWS, on Unity. I've took courses and on everything I could, and I was developing. So everything that I've developed, I've took the course for it. I've participated at the Microsoft Education program about the 21st learning design, and I've followed all the process to get to the digital world and the digital education. And right now we are building it. And basically, it's true, Pramod. Sorry, what you were saying, what you said, Pramod.
yes, then I think we are good to go and showcase the
Yeah,
things. I'll start
great.
the live on my other computer.
Let's go. So Pramod will share you the live, and then I will explain you the go through. So we will go through the user journey basically. Um, there's there's many things that we are developing right now that we keep for ourselves and keep for you guys when the MVP will go out. It's really important that we have some surprise in the box since it's kind of cool of nice for people to have a product to unveil. Like if everything is out there, it's there's no surprise. So we will basically go through, and I will explain to you what will be done and a glimpse of the features that we're working on. So right now we will use a HTC device to show the application. This is the device that we are polishing the application with. As if you guys know, on the technical side, there's different challenges with each device. For the purpose of the conference, we're using HTC device.
Within a minute, we are going to start.
While we wait, maybe if somebody have a question from the start, we can start with a question or a discussion about education. Do not hesitate if you want to join the conversation. It's a pleasure to talk with passionate people about tech and education also. I'm passionate about it. I could talk about this all day long. I'm also really skilled in blockchain, if you like to engage in blockchain and VR technology, where we're going with digitalization. I saw on stage the VC talk about digitalization. I find it pretty interesting. So right now, Pramod is going to join with his screen, and we'll start the demo in a few seconds.
I'll send the request,
yeah, I accepted it. I think there's a delay before it goes live.
Yes. Actually, because this is our first session of the day, it is taking a bit time.
Yes.
Yes, I have sent it again.
Great. Oh, it's already in. Great. Perfect. All right. So right now you can see you're in the login. So right now you already logged in. When you log in, you get in this screen. So it's kind of the main scene. When you get into the main scene, there we go.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, then I think we are good now.
Good. So when you get in the main scene, you already logged in. So when you log in with your credential. As I say before, there's a web app also. We don't showcase the web app here since it's a VR conference, but still there's a web app. This is kind of our pipeline where we use traditional technologies to bring people to VR. All the web application is connected with the VR application. So right now, when you get in the main screen, you have different options. So you can join and create meetings. You can you have your rooms and your games are rooms and games. So you can create rooms and games. You can create. So when you go, you can create learning paths. Immersive. You can have immersive 360 viewer. So you can create learning path through immersive 360 viewers also. You have group, and you can manage all your groups and schedules some meetings or some activities with your groups. You can invite contact from outside also. There's the statistics, so where you can have all data that has been collected in the games, in the learning games, and all the learning paths that you've created. So you'll have statistics, and you have student names and group all in one place. And you can choose from there to see individual statistics. The schedule, so basically you can manage your schedule into the VR by creating meetings, creating activities, inviting people to your activities, drag and dropping people in a box, and then choosing time and a minutes to convey your activity or your meeting or your learning session. It could be used basically as a mean of presentation. Also, if you have a presentation to do, you can import your own assets and present it in the room. Here you have all sort of message, so you can message with people. Yeah, we are connecting it. We spoke about it like this morning where we were at with this, and we're going it with the Google Calendar. Thank you, buddy. It's going there. Yeah, it will be connected with most calendar, basically, not only the Google one. Then if we go back to the main screen, we'll go through kind of a journey of an educator, how he want to proceed. He will start to edit his avatar. So if we go on the avatar, we can edit it, and we have like many features. So the gender, the head, the hair, the hat. You can have accessories. We have limited for now some feature because we have so much asset. It could be like infinite. But we have some pre-made already outfits, or you can customize it as you want. We will add more and more through time, and also you can win some in some games. You can customize the height, the fat, the muscles, thinness, basically everything. So we know that avatar customization is pretty important in a VR game, since we are virtually here and not physically here. So people want to identify themselves at something. So we have created the more customizable avatar builder we could, and we will still add some more. Right now, you can see we use low poly for the avatars, and some most of the room that we will show will be in low poly or high poly. We use also simple. We don't stop ourselves. We want to build a solution that everybody will find his way. So I know that there's a lot of people love the simple poly. Simple poly, we talk about the Minecraft style. We have the Minecraft style room, and we will able people to build like this, because we want to reach everybody, and we want every educator and instructor to find their needs. So when you start, can you lower a bit, please, Pramod? Thank you. When you start, you create a room. So you define a room name. Once you define your room name, you'll define a password for this room. So once it's done, you create the room. Once the room is created, you will select your environment, or you will select games that you want to implement in the room. So you select your environment. You can have an office, nature. We are building tons of environment right now. We put a few now in DPK just for the demo, but we are polishing a lot of scene right now. So the rooms, basically, the environment will be nature, classes, offices, cities. You can have whatever you imagine, and even like just a nature place where you can build your own city if you like. So basically, it's as flexible that it is. So you can import your own 3D asset in the rooms. if you want. There are certain conditions, like certain file format will be available, and if the file format is not found by the user, you have to contact us and we will integrate it for him. When you're in a room, you have full control over everybody. So you can cut their mic, you can lock them in place. You can so there's many things you can do as a host to eliminate the the attention span, the lack of attention, because basically when you're in a VR room with kids, it can get messy. If you cannot lock them up in place, they will go all over the place. So right now you see one of the scene. This is a Japanese scene right now. This scene it could be used by user to create different kind of games. So how it works is basically when you're in a room, you can set up any number of games. Those games we provide. The games are customizable. An example, you can have shooting games, endless coming stuff at you, and all those games could be numbers, could be letters, it could be forms or emotions, and they can be managed by the user. So the professional will be able to to do whatever they want in the room. When they place the puzzles or the games for the learning games, they can create those. They can make those games a condition for the student or the learners to get out of the room. So basically, that's here come the learning path that we have built. So basically, you can create condition to get out of a room, and when those conditions are met, you have all data. If the learner have made 10 times the puzzle and it took him 1 hour and a half, you have all those data that will be in the reports, and you can ask them, you can select another room where they will be cast when they met all the condition in this room. So basically, this is the learning path. This is kind of an escape game if you look at it. This is like a fully customizable escape game, but in a learning perspective. So this is basically the learning path, how it works. So now you can see like different environment that we've created right now. We are building like tons of environments like that every day. We showcase. We wanted to showcase like a variety, like a bit of nature, a bit of a school. Now you see this is not low poly school. This is a polished school. It's pretty irate. So as you can see, there's many style that we use. So we reach the more people we can. Adult, kids, corporation, all type of training. So this is the flexibility that we wanted to have. Because actually, if we want to build, I'm working with kids from 12 to 20. So from 12 to 20, there's a major gap. And there's a major gap in their interest. If they like at 10, they like simple, they like Minecraft. At 20, they love Call of Duty. So you have to find a solution that is bringing the interest of everybody. So that's the solution we're providing. Also, you can see like if you want to reach your goal, actually, you have to get tons of app to get to your goal, to learn your learning goals. Right now, with the VR solution, combined with the web app solution and the cross-platform that we're bringing adoption in the gamification process of education right now. Because basically, it's through game that people will learn. It's not the death by PowerPoint that we're witnessing right now. This is the all new solution of engaging people in education and in learning activities. More and more, we see the gamification to take place around the education system. I think it's more than a place that is taking a direction, a new era of learning. People love to win, love to earn, and people will be more engaged if they win and earn while being educated, while learning. So this is the approach we have. The approach we have also, it's right now we have a web app that is a learning management system that we are connecting with this application, with the VR application, to make sure that we have the solution that people know, and that we bringing all those people to the VR to make them experience it, and to facilitate the connection and the access of it through the cross-play and cross-platform. People will even be able to play on their desktop and to be in the world on their desktop without the device. So they could have like a camera like that and just walk around like a little robot with his face in the robot. So even if you're on a desktop, you can interact with people that are in VR. So that's the bridge we want to cross right now. We want to bring like the traditional solutions to the VR solution, but smoothly in an hybrid way. I think it's the approach right now. You can see this approach in all technologies that are going out right now, even in blockchain, which is a technology I'm pretty knowledgeable about. So right now you can see Pramod is like creating a quiz. This is in every room you can create games, but you also can create quiz. So you select, you create your quiz, and you select the multiple choice. There's many kind of quiz you can create. So put in the right order and images. And so you can use those quizzes as a condition to get out of rooms. So when you create a room with learning activities in it, if we are providing also a static room where there's an animation of a recreation of a historic moment. So instructor and educator will be able to put panels with information in certain animation in the room, and then walk their learner through this this path. And after, they will make, as a condition, they can make games, quiz, or puzzles to get out of the room. If you can create like a game, if after that many attempts they don't have it, you can send them to another room. So that's the learning path. We are kind of keeping the form of the learning path for the release. It's kind of a cool feature, really cool feature, the learning path, how we built it, how we think it. We are working also with a company that is named Brainiac. It's founded by a couple that is pretty amazing. They are building a learning escape room for college and university here in Montreal and in Quebec province of Canada, where I'm from. And they are working with us to build a different learning solution in form of an escape room inside Alteredux. This is how flexible Alteredux is. Now you saw Pramod have just put a shooting game easily in the room. So basically, you can create a shooting game and replace the targets by numbers, by letters, and by symbols, by whatever you want. You can. All the games are customizable, and all the rooms are customizable. So the possible are infinite. Basically, when you have created tons of learning paths, tons of games, and tons of quiz, you'd like to share them with people. So there will be a game hub also where people will be able to share, sell, or exchange their learning paths and their game that they have created with other educators to facilitate. Because sometimes people are more techie than others, but it doesn't change the fact that the less techie could use this solution, since it's pretty easy. And if they don't want to spend time to create the learning paths and the games, without to say that there's no coding in this app, so they can create it without any coding. But if they don't want to spend time, they will be able to go to the game hub of Alteredux and find the games that other instructor and educators have put in place for their students. So they might find sometimes a fit with their teaching. So this is most of it, I think, about what we have to show you today. As we say, the web app, we don't showcase it here. It's more. It's related to the VR app, but basically it's more the pipeline to bring people through traditional system beyond beyond the traditional system. This is the bridge we've created. This is our go-to-market kind of strategy also to build. We have built without to say that the web app have some feature that have never been anywhere before. This is pretty cool, but it will be connected to the VR, and it will work in symbiosis for everybody who wants to bridge that, to cross this bridge.
Yes.
So yeah, Pramod, did we miss something in there?
Not actually. I think you explained almost all the things, all the features, how we are going to go, and what are the things.
Oh, I think we didn't mention about the asset library, which is kind of a big feature, because we have asset, like we have tons and tons of assets. Right now, we are selecting the ones we want because there's too much of it. So we need. We are building a tremendous library of assets right now, so people can choose from any asset we have in the library to customize the room. They can do a search game in a room and with different objects. And so basically we have a large library of assets, so you can build your own rooms with your own terms. Yeah, and the library of games, basically, we will build a lot of games ourselves. There will be like all key in hand solution for learning from ourselves, and we will keep building it through the time. But there will be a lot of instructor putting it on the store also.
Yes, yes, of course. And the other thing is that regarding the asset library, you can bring a number of assets. Like if you wanted to teach something regarding a solar system, we do have assets for the solar system. And if you wanted to show some automotive things, we do have solutions for that. If you want to take your students to some of the places like we can never go, we have a solution for that. It is something like a one-stop solutions for all your educational needs. You can do multiple things with our platform.
Exactly, exactly. It's we tried to think of everything. Basically, it's impossible, but we are working closely with a lot of education professionals. I've been myself in the industry of education from more than 10 years right now, and my wife, she's a speech therapist. She's helping with language learning games and all the more diagnosis, because we will build some diagnosis tool also through this. So this is a really special application we're doing right now. We're trying to answer most of the challenges of remote therapy, remote work, remote education that you can find on the market right now. I'm pretty sure we will miss some, but we'll try to do the best we can. Yeah, buddy, we are working with language learning closely with my wife, who's a speech therapist, and a clinic here in Montreal, and also I spoke with the University of Montreal at the speech therapy faculty, so we can maybe have some of their feedbacks about it. We're in pretty good place right now. We're 2 weeks from our MVP. We are planning to have a full launch for the end of July for the next school session. That we are pretty much thinking that that will be hybrid. I'm pretty sure it will be hybrid. How can
Yes.
I invite to a call? Okay. Yeah, I invited you, buddy. I don't know how it worked exactly. I never did it, so we'll be able to talk together after the live. It will be a pleasure to chat. The launch, of course. You can sign in on Alteredux.com for the beta testing. You'll even have access before the launch. We'll beta test the application. We'll be more than happy to have your feedback about this. And right now, yeah, about the membership, yeah, we are about the business model. We are going through a membership model, so we won't go through it in here. But this is the approach we have. Basically, we have, like we said, we have a web app and we have a virtual app. So through the web app, you can have a membership already that will give you access to the virtual reality features. If you choose to only go to the VR app, it will be less costly, but still, I'm pretty sure people, when they see the symbiosis between the web app and the VR app, they'll pretty much see the value to have both of them, since the solution is pretty complete with both of them. The way we manage data also, it's pretty clever, because it's hard to keep data in a VR headset. So that was the whole point of the application, to see how we can manage this, and I think we found a pretty clever solution to manage data in the virtual environment.
Yes. And the other thing regarding the application is our application is not going to be in a GBs. That is for sure. And we are building the applications in a such a way that everyone can download it and everyone can use it. And the other good things about our application is it is not particularly for any VR devices. It will work on almost all the VR devices. It will work on the Cardboard. It will work on the Vive. It will work on the Rift. It will work on the Go Quest, and even it will work on the Cardboard. And the wonderful thing here is we are supporting the mobile devices. If you don't have the mobile devices, you can play like a game uh, with the joysticks, and
Yeah, exactly.
we are soon we are launching the this application for the web platforms where um, you can connect to our website, and you can whatever you have seen here, you can experience over there. Like with the keyboard controls, you can do all the things. You can do
You
it
can
on.
create your quiz on your spare time in the park, and then go in a VR session with quiz already pre-made with your laptop. This is the whole. This is the whole idea: is to be flexible as much as possible. So to create education, to reduce the workload of educator, basically, because right now educators are so caught in all the preparation and all those stuff. If we create tools that facilitate this, we have a win. This is the way we win. This is how we gonna get the attention, because teachers right now don't want more charge of work, more load of work. They want to release some. So the way we release some is by creating one application that give the whole thing, not managing 6 applications that give the whole thing. So this is the whole point. That's where we differentiate a lot. I'd
Yes.
like to know if anybody have questions. Do not hesitate, guys. We're speaking and speaking. We're here with you, and we're trying to give you as much information and as much of who we are and our thought on the technology. But do not hesitate to speak with us. I see there's a couple of people, and no problem. We're here to answer any questions. Right now, we do not have any paying clients since the application is not live. We already spoke with schools. It's funny here. I'm gonna tell you, because we are a team that is worldwide. So Pramod right now is in India. Me, I'm in Montreal, Canada. We have a team a team member in Morocco. We have a lot of other team members in different parts of India. We have a team member in Brazil. So right now we are all over the world. So each of us is speaking about the application, and we're getting a lot of traction from schools and institutions right now. They're pretty excited to see what we have. So at the time the MVP will go out, we already will approach those people who approach us already, and I'm pretty sure we'll get a lot of acquisition in there. We are planning a different kind of training, so we are targeting different sectors of the industries also. We are because the platform could be used as a presentation. You can make an event on it, a VR event if you'd like, with booths and stuff. So there's many things you can do. So there's a lot of things we have in the pipeline that we will share later on. But basically now we are targeting only training and education. But there's a lot of things you can do with a platform such as our platform. Because there's some presentation because the presentation of the future, I don't think it's 1,000 person listening to one. I think it would be 1,000 person interacting in a virtual environment and learning from the presentation, not sitting and listening. So I think the full immersion of how you're gonna present the things will be through learning and through game. So learning games. The computers currently, we can see projects that look like us in there. I don't think there's a project exactly like us, but there's many competitors. We can cite Microsoft would be a competitor. Google would be a competitor. Engage maybe will be a competitor or a collaborator. We'll see about that. But those kinds of projects are maybe competitors, and our collaborators as you wanted to see. But we are targeting different markets, and the way we target it is different. The approach is different. But still, this is the competitors we have, because on the web app we have a WebRTC. The WebRTC is integrated in the VR too. So this is the WebRTC we built. So this is like, we built a lot of cutting edge technology that are used right now with a lot of big tech company. But we have created kind of a robot that nobody made before. This is what differentiates us, and this is why it's kind of hard to tell like exactly who is the competition. Like, we are touching a lot of sectors, so basically we have a lot of competitors we know, but it's an emerging technology and emerging sector, so we have our place in there.
Yes, and the other thing, what makes us different is from the other competitors is where we have to use the things they have provided. There is no compatibility of customization as you want. This keeps us in a way like there are many other applications like you have to go to some rooms and they have some things, and you can use those things, you can utilize those things and show. But here, why we are differentiating from the competitors is our application is a customization play. Like we can customize however we want, and this is what keeps us apart from the
Yeah,
competition.
exactly. Because this is what I found hard, because still right now I'm working in a virtual environment to conduct therapy, like because right now I'm a special care counselor. I'm still working in schools, and I have I have a caseload and I'm working with my kids, and I'm working with teenagers from 12 to 19 years old, and right now I'm facing a lot of challenges, and those challenges always confirm that what we're doing right now, this is the solution. Because right now, one of the challenges that Pramod just mentioned is there's no customization in the solutions right now. This is hard to customize. If you want to customize, you have to go through code or to white label your solution, and it costs tons and tons of money. Here we wanted to give a solution that is fully customizable, that people can put in their hands, in their hands for their needs. And to do so, that's why we created like different kind of poly, high poly, low poly, simple poly. So we're trying to reach everybody and to customize it for every needs. So that's pretty much what's differentiate us. So that's it about the competitor. I hope it answered the question. Are you using in your own company? Right now, I'm waiting for the MVP to be sure that I have a secure solution and everything is in place. We are building all the encryption right now, and as soon as it's built, I will. I already approach the school I am in right now, which is a big school in Montreal. It's a school specialized in learning disabilities, and a school that I've worked previously for 8 years, more than 8 years, or close to 10 years. They are specialized in behavioral disabilities. And I have approached already those two schools, and at the time my application is on the market, they are ready to explore it with their teachers and students.
Yes, and the thing is that we are using our applications for the meetings and the other stuffs. Yes, we do.
Alteredux, yeah. You said, sorry, Pramod, buddy. I mean, in Alteredux. Are you using your solution in your own company? Yeah, right now we have used the WebRTC of our own WebRTC for meetings. If you want to know, yeah, it's working pretty much. And we are meeting in the VR, just before the conference, we met in the VR. It's pretty comfortable in the VR. We hear each other pretty well. We have a really nice audio chat in there. So it's a 3D audio chat. So you can, if you go too far, I won't hear you. You go closer. It's pretty nice. So yes, we're using it as a mean of actually development, because we're developing it. So we're getting in there and see everything that we can polish. But still, when we have finished, like pointing out what's to change, we're speaking in there. It's pretty nice, yes. And we have a WebRTC also that we built that we are using for meeting. I hope it answers your question. If there's any question, guys, do not hesitate. We're here to answer.
Yes,
did we record the session, Pramod?
Yes, I think the marketing team is recording the session. Yes, I'll
Perfect.
take the question. How long we can take usually take in the VR. I think it is purely customized, and everything is polished in a way that if we are staying for a longer duration, we are not getting a nausea. I personally use 1.5 or 2 hours of continuous session, and I don't feel anything. It is going pretty smoothly. Then the when the whatever you guys will see is completely different. What we saw is completely different. While developing the things, there were a lot of things we have customized, we have polished, we have made a lot of things to make it work very fluently. If you are staying for a longer time, we can assure you that you are not getting any nausea effect or anything. Uh, you can you can easily use it for a couple of hours without getting any such nausea things. But it depends on the people. Uh, for the new users, for the VR, they take some time, as we all know. It depends on the device. It depends on what device you are using. It depends uh, on the frame rates of the device, and what capacity of the device. It depends on all the things. But with the Vive and Quest, I think we can go for a couple of hours with the frame rates we have.
Yeah. And the idea here is not to convey the all day in VR, because it will get dizziness. It will bring dizziness, of course. We have that's why we bridged a web app with it, because basically you cannot go through VR learning all day long. I think mixed reality will be easier to go for a long time and learn. That this is our next phase. So basically, after MVP, of course, you know everything. What we do with MVP, we're knocking at doors, and then on the next phase, we'll keep going with the VR app and develop the mixed reality division of our company. We have a lot of things in the pipeline already for this. What more? No, I don't think so. I don't think that. Do you envision that more and more students will be in the VR for hours and hours each day? I don't think. I think if it's the case, it would be mixed reality, because it's hard. People don't. We don't need to disconnect to reality. We need to use VR as a mean of engaged learning, immersive learning, and in a way more to convey learning activities, than convey a full course. If you want to kill your student with a PowerPoint, you can still do it. I think because it creates a lot of dizziness if you spend all day long, and all people in the VR industry will say the same thing. I'm pretty sure we all experience it. I'm in the VR every day, so yeah.
How your
Yeah, this is it. This is the major thing, and yeah, basically we are like as we said, we are cross-platform, cross-play. So this is one major thing that will bring the VR into the classroom. The cardboard, of course, but the cardboard has some limitation. Cardboard with a controller, a Bluetooth controller, can eliminate some of the limitations. Actually, we have cardboards that we're giving for schools if they want to use the cardboard. So there's many ways we can bridge this, fill this gap. I think the solution would be to have a partnership with a company, a device company like that. If every good project out there in VR could have a good partnership with device company that are willing to 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 give it at least, or I don't know if give it, I know there's a lot of model right now, like unicorn company, they are like at loss for years and years. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of device out there that could be put out there. I think Oculus is doing a pretty good job at it with industries where they are doing bulk selling of the Oculus device. So there's some options that are coming out right now, but the solution is a multi-billion-dollar company who will decide to go out with a device that is pretty cheap to produce, and it will give it to everybody. It's this is what I think, and if it could be us, I'll do it anyway. So this is the point. Basically, we have to bring this cost low and low and low. And where we need to give those devices in the education system. Why? Because if you educate people about it, tomorrow they will use it. You won't need to educate anymore. So the education sector will be done, and all people getting out of school, what they will buy? A VR device. So why? Because they have studied in it. That's what they know. So if we shift the minds through schools, we will have the shift in the society. Right now, as we said, so what's your strategy on educating the content designers, instructional designers? That's a pretty cool, good point. That's a point that has been talked in the discussion I was earlier in the session, education session, the speed dating session. So the web app basically will act as a mean of education. So this is a learning management system that we have created, one that is based on a freelance model. So basically, educator can sign up as a freelancer and offer their service on the platform and offer e-courses in the same kind of Udemy way or kind of Coursera, those things. This is a learning management system. So Alteredux, through this management system, will invite instructors, technopedagogues, and all people that knows about technology and ourselves. We will create free courses on the platform to teach people how to do those things. And we will encourage more educator we can to build the biggest resource of how to convey remote education, remote work, remote professional relationship through VR and through the internet remotely. So this is the strategy we have right now. Create educational content. Open source, of course. It needs to be. Because this is the gap we need to fill right now. And everybody that will invite to the platform to create e-courses about how to do it. And on the VR platform, we will create learning games and learning paths how to do it, because it's feasible also in the VR. It will be for free. This section will be free. But there's many things that they can they can teach for money if they like, but not this. This is important.
Yes, of course.
Exactly. This is the whole point, because what we want to create is for the expat. An example: if I go live in Brazil, which would be really nice because it's a nice country, but if I want to keep my student at school here, this is a major concern. Not anymore. Not with us. This is the whole point. If I want to travel while I'm teaching, I can travel while I'm teaching. I can go in the Barbados if I like, and be on my laptop, bring my VR device, and conduct all my course from there. And the gap that we're filling with the VR is the presence. Kids doesn't feel like you're near them or you're with them when they see you in video. The gap that we filled with the VR is like, we're not in video anymore. I can shake your hand. I can show you something, whatever. I can play with you. So the interaction is there. And this is the whole point, is like to hybrid the both of them. If I need Wi-Fi for the solution, yes, you need to be connected to the internet to function on our platform. It could be on blockchain once, but still you'll need a device to connect to the network. Since blockchain is kind of each blockchain is an internet for itself. Mesh networks, perhaps, yeah. You know the drill. That's pretty much it. That's really a nice session. I'm really happy. That's a nice question, buddy. Thank you. It's really nice interacting with you. You have good questions. Floating schools. Ooh.
That's cool.
Really nice. We'll certainly get in touch, buddy. We'll have a deeper talk about this. Thank you. I hope that's where we're going to, because as we said, the solution, like you pointed out, Barbados, you can teach to Sao Paulo, and Sao Paulo you can teach to India. So basically, eliminate the knowledge barrier and the education exclusion that is in the world right now. So the solution is all about education inclusion. And hopefully there's a lot of teachers that will be able to understand the situation, because basically my market will be a free market. People will ask the price they want, and people will pay the price they want. But actually, I hope that there's a lot of teachers that will willingly give education, or like at least give it for a decent amount to people in other country for the inclusion. Sorry, hello guys, where can I see your video of presentation? Actually, the marketing team is recording the session. We will present the recording on the socials after. We will post the social in the chat where you can see the replay of the session. But anyhow, we will be back online 1 hour after the session is done. We are trying to be there as much as we can.
Yes,
Uh,
it's on the socials over there.
yes. Thank you very much, buddy. Really nice interaction with you, and I hope we can connect to discuss further our project and the synergy that can come out of it. Of course. Yeah, I saw it. I took it. I took the document. Thank you very much. I have it open in one of my windows. I will take a look at it so I know where you stand when we speak. Is there anybody have questions? We will display the replay of the session in the socials, Facebook and LinkedIn. Even Twitter, they don't have. I don't think we can. Anyway, at least Facebook and LinkedIn. We're gonna be back here in 1 hour from now. So thank you, guys. Have a good day, and I see you soon. We'll be back live in 1 hour. Don't forget to see our socials. We will put the replay of the session on the social. Thank you
And
very
you will
much.
get more information over the socials. Like we are keep on updating our socials. You can see more updates regarding the VR application, as
You
well
can
as
see in the blogs. Yeah.
yes.
You can see in the blogs the partnerships also, and where we stand for education of the future also.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Pramod, for the session. It was really nice.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Have a good day, and see you in an hour.